Guys, welcome back. Rahul here, and I'm again at the Bicentennial Park today with my ride, the Marlin 7. So, I've been enjoying this bike for the past 7 odd months and thought it is a good time to make a quick video on what I liked about it and things I felt could have been better. I'll give you my opinions from a user perspective, starting from why I chose this bike over some of the similar ones. Do check out my previous video where I explore the Sydney Olympic Park on this bike if you haven't already. I remember last year around April when I was bike shopping for my first bike and was researching on which type to get, etc. Because there's like a huge variety out there: road bikes, gravel bikes, hybrids, cross country, mountain bikes, and in mountain bikes itself, hardtails and full suspension. The list is huge. If you are a novice and want to buy one, the choices that are available out there can literally drive you nuts. But you know the funny part? None of the bike stores have enough availability to cater to the demand, not even close. All thanks to COVID, of course. 2020 was a crazy year and unfortunately a difficult one if you wanted to get into biking. If any of you have tried purchasing a bike last year, you know exactly what I'm saying. So, when I was looking to buy one last year, I found out a store which had a couple of Marlin 7s coming in within a month. Even though I was told that I had to wait for about a month, believe me, that was a pretty sweet deal during that time. Oh, by the way, I'm talking about May last year. So I booked one straight away, and oh boy, I'm glad I did it. Of course, there are other bikes like the Polygon Xtrada, the Vitus Nucleus, Diamondbacks, etc., which you could buy online and could possibly offer a better value for money. But I definitely wanted that support from a local store for service, repair, and stuff. So I didn't want to go that route. Remember, I already told you that I was an amateur trying to get my first bike. But if you are one of those DIY guys and are confident of learning and doing such stuff on your own, by watching videos from YouTube, or you already have a knack for that, then I highly recommend buying from some of those reputable brands which sell online, so that you can take advantage of the cheaper price, as this basically avoids the middleman in the transaction. Now, coming to why I chose the Marlin 7, well, obviously this one was available within 1 month, but that wasn't it. Now, I wanted a bike which was commuter friendly but can also handle the occasional trail rides. The main bikes that were in consideration were the giant Talon, the Specialized Rockhopper, Cannondale Trail lineup, Norco Storm 1, and a few others. Apparently, Trek went for some heavy upgrades for their 2021 model of Marlin 7, which made the bike a great value for money proposition, mainly the suspension forks and drivetrain, but more on this later. Alright, so let's head into the details of the new Marlin 7, followed by the good and the bad stuff. Spoiler alert, there aren't any deal-breaking cons that I found with this bike. I've commuted in this, I've taken it to gravel roads and trails. I also went for a technical trail once and it held up pretty good for a hardtail in this range. Now in this video, I'll mainly talk about the frame, the drivetrain, brakes, suspension and the tires. Now the frame of the bike is made of aluminum alloy. Trek calls it the Alpha Silver aluminum. It has this internal routing for the cables and all. It also has a rack mount and also a kickstand mount if you ever find the need to add one of those. I found this frame to be on the lighter side for a bike in this range. As for the geometry, I took this chart from the Trek website. You can pause the video and go through it in detail if you want, but the main measurement there, which could be a deciding factor for many, would be the head tube angle, which is 69.5 degrees on this bike. Basically, this is the angle which the fork makes with the ground. So basically this angle. I don't want to go a lot technical here, but just for your understanding, the smaller this angle, like 66 to 67.5 degrees, the better suited the bike is for trail riding, aggressive trail riding. This is a clear indicator that the Marlin lineup is designed with a commuter focus. Coming to the suspension, the 2021 model has upgraded the forks from the old RockShox XC30 coil spring to the RockShox Judy coil spring. The XC30 is more of an entry-level fork, Compared to this, the GUD offers better dampening on rougher terrains. The travel is 100mm and it has preload adjustments. Another cool thing is that it has a turnkey lockout setup, which can come in handy if you're riding on smooth gravel or tarmac and you really don't have any bumps or irregularities to be absorbed. So locking the fork can increase your pedaling efficiency by a bit. So you can lock the suspension when you're on a relaxed ride on a smooth road, and the moment you hit the bumpy ones, you can release the lock and let the suspension do its job. Now, this, according to me, is the biggest and the best upgrade that Trek has given for their Marlin 7 2021 model. It's the drivetrain. Now, the new model comes with a 1x10 drivetrain instead of a 2x9. So for someone new to the biking world, the 2x drivetrain means there are 2 gears on the front, whereas a 1x is more simplified with just 1 gear on the front. A 1x drivetrain is the new norm for more expensive hardtails and mountain bikes. The previous model used a Shimano Altus shifter and a Shimano Acera derailleur at the rear, while the new one uses a more premium Shimano Dior shifter and a derailleur. The 1x drivetrain makes it really easy for shifting gears, especially when you're trying to shift as quickly as possible on a technical trail with frequent ups and downs and turns. Also, the new drivetrain gives a smoother and quieter gear shifting experience. The cassette is a 11 to 46 teeth Shimano Dior on the new one, as opposed to the 11 to 36 one in the previous model. The brakes are again from the house of Shimano. These are hydraulic disc brakes with 160mm rotor in the front and the rear. I have never had a problem till date in stopping the bike abruptly. They do their job quite well, no complaints there. Now, if you are going for a new bike, it's always better to stick to a hydraulic disc brake if your budget permits. This will be a more efficient braking system compared to a mechanical disc braking system. The tires on this are Bontrager XR2 compound, which is a home brand of Trek. They come in 27.5 and 2x2 inches for the extra small and the small models. The medium sizes and above come equipped with the 29 by 2.2 inches. Mine is a medium large. Again, these tires are more focused towards a commuter bike, which offers less rolling friction and an efficient pedaling. I should say these aren't the best for a technical trail, obviously, due to the smaller width and the not so sticky rubber used. But again, the tires do the job if you're not a professional throwing your bike hard at every corner and absolutely smashing the turf. As I said before, I've taken this to a technical trail once and it held up pretty alright as I was cautiously navigating the path. Seat is a bit on the harder side, but you will get used to it sooner or later. You can always go for a padded or a gel cushion cover or something if you spend a lot of time on the saddle commuting. But I personally use a biker shorts with a padding, as I find that more comfortable. The height can be easily adjusted using this quick release lever that they have given. This can come in really handy, especially if you're sharing this bike with someone else. So to answer the question, is the Marlin 7 2021 a worthy buy? Absolutely. It's a great bike if you need a commuter which can also handle a bit of a heavy duty ride on the weekends. But if you're looking for a trail oriented bike and have access to mountains, trails close by where you want to smash it hard, then probably you would be better looking for something more focused towards that. Like for example, the Roscoe series or even the Excalibur series from Trek itself. Now, if I have to nitpick, some of the things that I felt were missing were one, lack of tubeless ready tires, and second, the lack of the tapered steerer tube in case I wanted to upgrade my Fox to something more premium. So that could limit my choice in upgrading my Fox. Also, regarding the tires, they aren't the grippiest, especially on a technical trail. Look, for the money I paid, I can't complain. I just love riding this and intend to keep it for a while, but I might definitely go for a more capable full suspension mountain bike once I go through the learning curve and get more confident on technical trails. If you have any questions on the Marlin 7, just let me know down in the comment section and I'll be happy to answer those. Alright, so guys, that's it for now. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the content, and see you in my next video.